Hammers like West Ham taxmen. You don't want to see the gang vex, man. Pull up in 2-litre dingers and press that.
Selling bag, going ham in West like Declan Rice. Doing like popcorn, everything nice. Whoa.
Go on, Cams. Take it away. We can't hear you, man. You're muted.
Oh dear. Good start.
Can't get the stuff, Kieran.
Welcome back to Amazon United, everyone. Welcome to the player rating show after a heartbreaking winner from United, very last minute. I think we're all heartbroken. We're all a bit emotional at the minute. Very frustrating game to watch. So how are we all feeling about it?
Well, I'm going to ask Kieran first. Kieran, what did you think of the game overall today?
It was like going back in time for a few years, you know, when we used to go up to Man United and just try and hold on for a point and sit deep and let them come at us. They had hints of that about it. Yeah, we didn't really offer much up front. The game itself, though, I thought defensively we looked really good. I thought Zuma, in the main, Dawson was bloody good. They nullified nearly their attack, Man United's attack, for most of the game, and they had to bring on an extra 3 forwards to make something happen. So yeah, defensively we were all right. Did we offer much going forward? Not really. I think we went there for a draw and maybe nick something on a break. There weren't many breaks that we had. I don't remember De Gea making a save except for one that was going wide and it tipped round the post. So, we never threatened them enough. We just didn't. And but a point would have been nice. And then it's the best thing in the world to score a last-minute winner, isn't it? And the worst thing in the world to concede one.
Exactly.
And we're on the other end of it today. And what is concerning is the amount of late goals we've conceded of late. If you look at Palace bringing the post in and then 2 goals. If we look in the fixture up against Man United, Lingard gets a late goal, they win again. So yeah, it is concerning. But if you've not got 3 international forwards to bring on, there lies the difference. We brought on a right back to try and win us the game.
Yeah.
And there it is. That's
exactly
what the difference is. Why we are not anywhere near being a top 4 club, where Man United can still get back there, because they've got the firepower to bring on to impact the game. We do not. So yeah, it was disappointing.
All right, let me just address we've got a few comments. Disabled Team was here earlier, and his initial comment is not here because I replied to that. But I will. This is what I said back. But yeah, his comment is not here anymore. I just said right at the end too. Was really hoping Leeds would follow up from the win against us by beating Newcastle. Just shows how tough the Premier League is. So that was my response. But you can't see his original comment. Disabled Team, thank you for joining as always. He says totally agree, brother. No game is easy. John Andrew says yo, and he's a Peterborough / Man United fan. So let's see what he's got.
I'm not going to lie to you.
See what he's got to say. How are you? I'm good. Yourself? 1 minute. Hold on. Right, here we go. Lawrence, thank you for joining. Hello, everyone from Auburn, Alabama. USA, coming around. Lawrence, the star of
Nice to see you.
Born in USA, Heart in East London. I think you had a great show that day, Lawrence. Yeah, you was a great guest. Hi, brother Cam, brother Kieran, and brother Titch. Big up Disabled Team, always.
Always.
I can see another special guest in the house. Hello, it's Frankie boy. Well on Titch, Kieran, and Cams. Frankie boy, I hope you're well, Frankie. I know you won £50 today on Villa, winning $50. So something good today. James Bong, thank you as always for joining. Evening to you, James. Lawrence says my stomach has been killing me after that match. Boom. Yeah, this sickening one. 1 second, what we got here? Thank you. All right, here we go. Moy, Disabled Team says, do you think Moy shows too much respect to Man United with his ties to the club? What do you think, Kieran?
Yeah, no, I don't think it's about his ties to the club. I think it's about, well, I wouldn't say ties to the club, but maybe it means, I think it means more to him not losing against them. I think it hurts him more. You could even see, I see a 2-minute or 3-minute post-match interview with the West Ham, the West Ham official site, whatever it is, and you could see the pain in his eyes, mate. He was fuming. He was fuming, and especially, and that's what I was fuming at the same thing, and he hinted towards it, and that was about how he conceded that last goal. And we committed players where we had 50 seconds left when we had the ball.
Yeah.
We had 40 seconds left when we gave it away. Now, I remember it was Antonio at the Fredericks, I think Lanzini, and then Lanzini gives it back to Dawson, and not a great pass, and Dawson lumps it up front to Bowen. Now, Bowen had that in his stride. If he takes it down or he kicks it out, the game's over. So, it's finished. He miscontrols it straight to their player, and now we've got Fredericks up on the halfway line. Souček had actually run into the centre forward spot. We went to try and win it because Fredericks was up trying to back up Bowen, and we gave the ball away. Now Fredericks is out of position, Souček's out of position. That ball went bang, bang, bang. Fredericks tried to cut out with his head, only got half a head in it. And the 3 players they brought on, Cavani, Martial, Rashford, all them 3 sorted that goal out. They're all 3 of them had a touch in that goal and scored the winner. So all we had to do was retain possession there, and we get a point. And it was a bad mistake by Bowen to make. But and you see more when he interview, he said, we need to learn how to manage these games, and that's what he means. We should not have lost possession there.
Right. Let me just say this to you lot. I was watching the game. I was streaming it, which it's only recent that I started streaming games. But I was editing Kieran's one from each team, which is going to be fire. I was also, doing my bits and bobs around the house. So, I'm not going to sit on here and say, oh yeah, because now even what Kieran's saying there is how I heard on West Ham Random afterwards. Some Luke Legend said, Lanzini was at fault because he couldn't pass the ball to Bowen or something. So now that Kieran's saying that, I'm sort of learning as to what was the build up to their goal, because I had it on, I was watching it, but I was doing stuff as well. So and that's why today, as always, I'm not doing the ratings anyway, I'm just listening. And then we will hear a lot more from Cams. Let me just get through. Right, John Andrew said he can confirm Cams was fuming. Was you fuming, Cams?
I nearly bit his ear off, bless him. I must have given him a really hard time. I've listened to it. I was shouting and screaming everywhere. So it's what it is. Well,
John Andrew, at least you still got your ear.
When you get one of them realisations, Cam. As soon as that ball went out to Bowen and he miscontrolled it, I just went, oh no. I knew it was coming. They flooded, and we were caught. Why are we caught in the last 30 seconds? It's players, up past the halfway line. We've got to be seeing it, and I knew it was coming. I just knew it. My only hope was that offside, which it looked like it was. But I've seen the lines they decided to draw today. And it shows that he's onside. But I think you can draw them lines any way you like.
Exactly.
Before Cavani even touched the ball, I was screaming for offside. Like I could see it was myself, to be fair. But after the pictures look a bit funny. Some of the pictures I've seen with
from
the lines.
From that camera angle, it looks like he's half a yard offside.
Anyway. Right, let's just. Right, we're going to catch up, you lot, with the comments, and then we'll get into the ratings, which is obviously everybody. I mean, Kieran and Cams, and then all of you lot in the chat to have your opinion. Defence played, besides the last 30 seconds, we didn't have enough offence. True, Kieran, says Lawrence. Kieran, Lawrence agrees with you.
Good Lawrence. I know you, good lady.
Right, Stu MC, thank you for joining. Rice doesn't screen the space for Martial's chance in the United left inside channel when Zuma saved his bacon. Ambled out for the Bruno cross, which just evades Pinaldo. Ricochets a ball of Fred to send him through on Areola. Loses Varane at the near post who hedged over. This is aimed at Declan Rice, I believe. These are errors are never discussed. Why? Like I said to you, I wasn't watching it, on TV and full concentration. So I wouldn't, if I picked up on all of that and I was watching it, I would, trust me, I'd be calling it out. But yeah, I didn't. Maybe other people can elaborate on that. Frankie, our passing was poor. Passes were soft with no pepper on them. Can't break down a team that way, especially when they are pressing. Zuma was outstanding. We will get to the ratings. True, Frankie. Okay, nearly caught up. Right, 4 more comments. It was offside. But we made a mistake during the transition, says Lawrence. Has that cost West Ham? I don't think we was ever, even at the start of the season, even we was never in contention for the top 4. But in regards to the top 6, these teams are coming. Your Villas, Leicester's, Spurs will overtake. Yeah. Like, realistically, if we get top 6, it's a major achievement. Zuma bailed us out twice. And, right, here we go. So, we will start. That's the whole point of this, is the ratings. Right, so, we'll start with... Right, first Premier League start. And I think that's because Fabianski was ill. Because he wasn't in the squad. You lot will know better than me whether he's injured or ill. But, all right, let me just remove Lawrence's comment just so we can see properly. Oh, good evening, Luke, by the way. Right, so, we'll go to Kieran first. First start for Alphonse Areola in the Premier League. He almost kept a clean sheet. Let me even put myself down there. So he's not
I was looking better looking there for a minute.
So, Kieran, summary of his performance and then obviously your rating. And then everybody in the chat.
Yeah, just go back to Fabian. Moyes has got this thing now, doesn't he? He doesn't. When the reporter asked him, Fabianski's out of the squad, has he got an injury? Oh, he always generalises and says, "Oh, well, we have got COVID in the camp and some knocks." So that's why. Yeah, you don't know whether he's got COVID, whether he's been injured. He's just very vague about it. But anyway, he's obviously out of the squad completely. I presume it is a COVID issue. Yeah, I think Areola done well. His distribution was pretty good for the game. You can see the difference when he does release the ball quicker than that. And having said that, he only had really one save to make and done well with it. And he saved it really well. He kept on his feet, stood up, and it was a shot from Fred, wasn't it? And he pushed it round the post. But I thought, overall, there's not a lot he did wrong. Nothing wrong, really. But you've got to remember that goal was only their second shot on target the whole game, and that save was the other one.
Yep.
So, for his debut in a Premier League game, mate, a solid. I'll give him a 7.5. Solid. It was good.
All right. Let me. I'll put it on the screen, and if Cam's is different, then I'll change it. Right, Cams, you can give your summary of Areola, please. Right,
well, I learned a lot about Areola today. I'll be honest. I learned he's a good keeper. Let's be honest with you. That save from Fred, I thought that was a phenomenal save. To be honest with you, I don't see many other keepers getting to that. The power in the shot as well, and the reflexes were unbelievable. He's a lot more confident, a lot more composed. Whereas Fabianski, you get a bit nervous when he's under pressure. But I don't think he had a bad game. He didn't have much to do. It wasn't our fault for the second goal, for the second shot on target even. Sorry, because there's not much he can do about that. I still believe it was offside, to be fair, but you can argue about it all night. But I'll give him a 7. I don't think he had too bad of a game. He didn't have much to do.
All right, so 7.5 from Kieran, 7 from Cams. Right, let's get to the comments. And yeah, hopefully you lot do it. Luke, my man. Right, here we go. So Lawrence is the first one. Lawrence says 8. One great save, but not busy the first half. One great save, but not busy the first half. That's from Lawrence. Stu MC. Areola did very well. He is often prone to flapping, but very good display. I'd say an 8, so he agrees with Lawrence. One sec. James Bong says Excuse guys, I'm buffering even more than the actual game. Oh god. Kieran, you said that sometimes you buffer on what videos?
Only when
Sometimes
I watch the replays of yours sometimes. So the first day I can't. I have to leave it until it settles down, whatever it does, or loads properly. Might have to leave it a day, yeah.
I don't know why. But James says he's buffering.
If I watch you live, it's not a problem.
It's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so James, if you can, just, you know, if you have to go and come back, just catch up with the ratings if it's internet playing up or whatever. Right, Luke says, difficult to rate, didn't put a foot wrong, so a 10, but had nothing to do, so a 6. Meet in the middle, an 8 for me. So in the chat, the 3 people that have voted have all given him an 8. Stuart at the Disabled Team says, I can't give a rating because I didn't see it, just here supporting you all. As always, thank you, Stuart. Like I said, yeah, like, gutted that Leeds lost as well, and, you know, with all their money and that, I want Newcastle to go down, so, you know, I was hoping that you lot beat them today, man. Alright, so, yeah. Let's go to... Right, let's move on to... 1 second. Let's move on to Soufal, who seems to be keeping Johnson out of the team, but I don't think Johnson done anything wrong to lose his place. But yeah, Kieran, thoughts on his performance and obviously his rating. I'll remove this banner.
Yeah, Soufal. Again, I think it was pretty sloppy. He was very sloppy here and there. Even though I think that left winger of theirs, or left back, what do you want to call him, left winger? Tangala, what is that?
Yeah, left winger. Yeah.
He looks tidy, boy. That I've seen him a couple of times now. He looks like a good player, and he was giving Soufal a bit of a hard time. Soufal, for me, against Leeds, should have been dragged off at half time. He was woeful, and today he weren't. He was better, but not great. And I think there was an argument to bring through to on at half time because the guy was having a lot of joy against it. So yeah, I don't think he was particularly that good. I'll give him a 5.
5 from Kieran for Soufal. Cams, what about you?
I thought he looked a bit lost in the first half, to be honest with you. He didn't quite know where he was. Not the same as usual, a lot slower than usual. He didn't look comfortable at all, really, not himself at all. So I'll have to go with a 5 as well. He carried the ball well at times, and nice little link up with Suchak. Apart from that, nothing else really today, nothing at all.
5 out of 10. Okay, right, so I can leave that on the screen. Right, let's go. Okay, right, so Leeds and Everton could go down at this rate. Leeds won't. I don't think Everton will either, but you know, it's not looking good. Leeds will be fine. I've always said that, and I mean that. But Everton is like sometimes same way you can get momentum in winning, like Leicester when they won the league. Is losing becomes a habit as well. And yeah, Everton need to be very, very careful because the teams underneath them are now picking up points. That's including Norwich, Newcastle, and I mean Watford seem to be slipping as well. But yeah, Everton. Possibly Leeds, I would say no chance, in my opinion. 6 for Soufal. Johnson should have started. That's from Lawrence. Frankie says Soufal's been poor last few games. Ben Johnson shouldn't have lost his spot. Yeah, that's a strange one. He was on the bench today, by the way, as well. And obviously, when Moyes did replace Soufal, he replaced him with Fredericks, who I think had from what I saw, he had a great game, or he had a solid game. So I'm not sure what's going on with Johnson. Luke Legend says Soufal 4. They targeted him, but his form has dropped off a cliff. Schemmel, Volume 2. Sebastian Schemmel. And at Luke, I agree about Everton, but not about Leeds, or at least I hope. Yeah, see, yeah. Leeds is fine.
Isn't Soufal still yet to goal for us as well?
Yeah, he ain't scored.
He hasn't scored yet, has he? Forgot about that.
Right, let me ask you two. Do you think Soufal had his best season? Like, do you think that's it? Like, that was the pinnacle of his West Ham career? Or do you think he's just a dip in form and he will get back?
I reckon he'll come back. Maybe just give him some time to have a rest. Give Ben Johnson that extra time. Like he shouldn't have lost his spot. I agree with. Was it Frankie who said that?
Yeah.
I agree with that. He shouldn't have lost his spot. Ben Johnson. I thought he were doing a good job filling in the gap as well. So like I said, just give Sufal the rest, and hopefully his form will come back.
Kieran?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we realise now we got what we paid for. Maybe he's not. He had one of them purple patches with us when everything was going well for West Ham and everyone was playing well, and he looked great. Now when some of these games we're up against it a bit, he doesn't look so good. He might have just rode that crest of a wave when we were playing well, because he was impressive. And I do say we are a more attacking side, right, when we've got him in the pitch. But like at the Leeds game, he kept getting caught out of position because they had so many pushing forward, and he didn't realise to go, well, no, I better stop, running past the halfway line, and then losing the ball, which we kept doing, and then and they got no one on that side. And I mean, at least one of their goals came from that. So I'm not sure. We've got the nous for it. If you play Johnson, he's more defensive. We've got more of a defensive back four, but he does give us more of an attacking option. Just in certain games, like today, I think Johnson would have been a better starter because it would have made us more solid down that side. Will he come back? Yeah, I think he'll still be a good player for us. I don't think he's gonna disappear. But just give him time. Maybe it's fatigue as well. Apparently everyone's fatigued on the whole Premier League. So. Even though Moyes' argument sort of doesn't stand up there because we had a week off. Man United played during the week. This is their third game in a week, and none of them look tired.
Yeah, we've got no excuse at the time.
No? There you go.
All right. Frankie says Sufal looked like a tourist downtown wandering around lost. James Bong is back. Thank you very much. Ariola 7 didn't have much to do, but a clean sheet almost. And he gave Sufal a 5. Right. I'm going to move on in a minute, but I'm going to ask you two and everybody in the chat if you want to answer this question. It could be a simple yes or no. Do you think your ratings would be different if we would have got a 0-0 today?
No. No. This is on my mind the whole game. No.
No? Okay, yeah. Like I said, I watched it, but... All right. Right, let's move on. Let me remove that. And remove that. And then move on to... Hold on. One sec. Man, where is he? There he is. Right. Playing at right centre back, as usual in the past sort of 2 months or 6 weeks, was Craig Dawson. So, Kieran, how would you rate his performance today?
Yeah, well, when you put them as a pairing, mate, I think you could see the difference between Dawson and Zuma, and then Dawson and Diop. Dawson and Diop is fragile. It's worrying. But apart from near the beginning there, where he played a square four across the box straight to their player, and I'm going, oh no, what you done, Dawson? And they nearly scored from it. I mean, some great tracking back by Stochek, and Zuma bailed him out. I think he had a pretty solid game. He blocked a lot. He got up front. He was solid. No, I think he done all right, mate. I didn't think he done anything brilliant, but we were under the pump a lot, and he stood up. He done his usual. Dawson, he's a solid guy. He's gonna make. We knew that when we bought him, he will make them mistakes every game. There's probably at least one, maybe two in every game with Dawson. But he does make up for it because he never stops and he tries hard. And so I think he's a good, solid 7 today.
Okay. All right. What about you, Cams?
Solid today. Definitely made a difference playing alongside Zuma. 100%. The confidence between them both was just, you could see it. He was all over the place in the first half. I mean, in a good way. Like he covered a lot of ground. He dragged the ball forward a few times. Sorry, carried the ball forward a few times. It could have led to something, anything at all. Because, like I said, when we were going forward, like the passing was there, but there was nothing going on. And Dawson started a lot of that in the first half. Like I said, he won a couple of challenges in the air and that as well. He kept us in it. Him and Zuma. I know we're going to Zuma in a minute, but him and Zuma kept us in it for a lot of the game. So I give him an 8. I say he had a good game today, Dawson.
Okay. And obviously, at the start of the show, no one blamed the defense per se. They blamed, us losing the ball in, Bowen, and, they caught us. So it wasn't, we would have had a clean sheet, and these defenders and the keeper would have been speaking about a clean sheet. So if you give them an 8, then I can understand that, and, a 7 as well, because obviously they weren't at fault. They done their job, basically. You gave him an 8, right? So Kieran gave him a 7, but I'll change it now. Cam's gave him an 8. Right, so let's go to the comments for Dawson. And right, here we go. Super 5. No, I thought we deserved. Okay, right. Luke says no. I thought we deserved nothing from the game. James Bong says no. I think he doesn't agree. Lawrence says thought he didn't play bad. 7.7 for Dawson. James says, well, we definitely deserve the point. Good evening, Lee. Lee Statham in the house. If you haven't already subscribed to Lee Statham's channel, make sure you do, please. Please, yeah. Obviously, one half of the disabled team, and he's got his own channel. So please subscribe to Lee Statham if you haven't already done so. Pretty please. Right, Luke Legend says, Dawson 6, solid. Nothing was coming through the middle. James Bong says Dawson played bloody well again. He agrees with you, Cam. Gave him an 8. One sec. Lawrence says Luke, your ratings are tough. Luke says wait until we get to Lanzini, Larry. Frankie Boy says Dawson gets a 7, so he agrees with Kieran. And okay, that's it. Right, cool. We can move on. Right, this should be a good one because, like I said, I watched the game. And every time, let me just get rid of this. Every time, I could see from, the way I was watching it, even distracted, that Kurt Zuma made a massive difference in that backline. So, Kieran, Zuma's performance for you, and obviously his rating after that.
Yeah, the difference, it's night and day from last week against Leeds and then this week. When you stick Zuma in that team, isn't it? He's phenomenal. The amount of times he intercepted, he's just a beast, man. I really like him. And he makes Dawson better. This is massive. I mean, any centre-half pairing, you have to have that. You've got to complement each other as a pairing. And is it perfect? No, with Dawson. But Dawson's better with him there. He's much better with him there, and it improves his game, and it just improves the back four. You're actually confident that he'll stop nearly everything, and he did nearly stop everything. It was superb, big difference. Because if you can reduce a Man United side with the firepower they has, get to the 93rd minute and they had one shot on target. That's pretty good, and that did stem. Probably from Vitor Suchek, Rice, Zuma and Dawson. They were the main defensive players for us. So I think Zuma was superb. And really, a performance like that, after coming back from the break he's had, I think he deserves a 9. I think he was superb.
I had my thing on 8. I thought you were going to say 8, and I had it just to show you. Okay, but 9. Yeah, 9 is
I was getting excited talking about him, so I went for a 9.
Okay, 9 out of 10 for Zuma on his return as well. And sometimes an injury and all of that, it takes you a while to come back in the Premier League against Man United. Let's ignore their troubles and let's acknowledge the firepower they've got. They're at home. They've got top 4 aspirations, and they knew so all of that. And he just came back and made a massive difference. So. And like I said, when I was watching it, I had to see this guy everywhere. And, his speed gets us out of trouble when needed as well. So, yeah, he's that's one positive that he's back. Sorry, Cams, your go. My bad. Sorry.
No. It was nice to see him back. Let's be honest, we're all happy to see him there. It's just hope Ogbonna recovers sooner than later, and we got both of them. But yeah, he controlled the back line well today straight away. As soon as he steps in, he can. Like he was loud. He was very, very cool. I seen a lot of communication with him and Areola as well, so it was nice to see that. He stuck Ronaldo on his ass a couple of times. That was nice to see. And the only flaw I'd say was the first 15 minutes they had a chance. Ronaldo could have gone 1-0 up. Then he went for a big dive and header or whatever it was, and he just couldn't get onto it. Zuma might have lost his man there. He probably could have gone onto him, but in fairness, it's Ronaldo. Like he's rapid, isn't he? Yeah. I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. I wouldn't say it was an amazing game, but it's a good game to come back to, definitely.
8 from Cams. Right, so go to the chat. Yeah, I'm expecting 8s or above for Zuma from the chat, from what I saw today. James Bong gave Zuma an 8, so he agrees with Cams. Lawrence agrees with Kieran. That's twice already. 9, man of the match. He controlled that backfield. Would you agree with Lawrence, Kieran?
I wouldn't. I'd probably give him equal man of the match.
Okay. No. But I'm saying 9. Obviously, he controlled the back line.
Yeah, he did. He made all the difference. You could see that some of the disarray we were in last week at times with Leeds, and Man United have got a lot more than Leeds, a shitload more. Yet we looked fairly comfortable most of that game in repelling it with him in there. And he's the only difference back there, isn't he? He is the difference. Yep. And he's a major difference. And it just goes to show you what one player can do, especially in a back line. When you look at Van Dijk for Liverpool, this is the reason they're so comfortable and good. He's the reason. And I think Zuma's our reason. And like Cam said, if we could have Ogbonna next to him, then if we could ever have that again, we just don't know. That's lovely.
It was a top pairing. Right, so
an ACL at Ogbonna's age as well. Not many people come back from that.
He'll be back. Don't worry. We speak on the phone all the time. He's keeping me updated. I've been in a bit of 1-to-1 with him. Yeah, he'll be back. Don't worry. Zuma 8. He was our best player today. He is brilliant. That's from Luke Legend. Kieran stepped away. Kieran is now thinking like me. I want Kieran to come back. What we got here? Right. I'm going to put that back on the screen. Right. James Bond. Both Dawson and Zuma were so good. Meunier were resorting to Rosettas. 9 from Frankie Boy. Bailed us out twice and we made Ronaldo his biatch. Right, Kieran. Lawrence says Kieran is now thinking like me.
No, you've just been listening for a change, Lawrence.
Here we go. From 25 yards, right, he says he was solid. That's from Frankie. Right, so let me remove that. So yeah, Zuma got 8 and 9s from everybody. Let me remove that. Right, we'll move on to obviously at left back, and that was Aaron Creswell. Kieran.
Yeah, Prezi. I thought he was fairly average in the game, but I thought this was a game that didn't suit him because some of his biggest assets, isn't it? He's getting up on that wing and smashing balls in, and he didn't do it that often. We couldn't get up there that often. We kept losing the ball everywhere. We didn't get the ball out to him. And he got closed down really quickly as well, which stopped him getting past the player and whipping one in. And a couple of times he did, they weren't that great. He was rushed in doing it. So I think he had overall okay game, but nothing great. He was a little bit better than Soufal. So I don't think he done anything terribly wrong. He got caught out once down the wing there with a ball over his head. But yeah, he's okay, but nothing special. I'll give him a 6.
All right. Before Cams goes, right, one thing I noticed while watching it is that there was at least 3 opportunities where he could have put it in the box and he decided to dilly-dally or, get too clever and and I think it was, I don't know, Dallo, that he had him basically in his pocket there. So there was times where just put it in the box, like you might get a deflection, you might get an own goal, you might get a corner, but it came to nothing, and then they broke on us, and it happened. I saw at least 3 times, and like I said, I wasn't watching the game thoroughly, so there might have been more than that. Cams, what about you for your fellow Scouser?
I was going to say nearly exactly what you just said then about Dallo. Dallo had him all over the place, to be honest with you. I was scared for Cress, bless him. But I thought, Cresswell, some of the little passes were all right, if you know what I mean, with Lanzini for now. The little triangles that they made, I thought there was some nice football there. Lamping these long balls forward, there was just no need for it, and he weren't getting anywhere at all. And that frustrated me big time. And like you said as well, just that bit of hesitation outside the box. He had a few chances to whip balls in, which could have led to Eddie for this all, and he decided not to. A bit hesitant. I give him a 6. I'll go with Kieran. I'll give him a 6. Definitely not his best game at all, but not his worst either. So
yeah. Okay, right. So in the chats, here we go. Luke Legend says Creswell 5, gave nothing going forward, played Cavani onside and let Rashford get the run on him. Thought he was poor today. So that's from Luke. James Bond counters that by giving Creswell a 7. 1 second. Lawrence says 5.5. Lost the ball way too much in the left corner. Man U defense smacked him around. So Lawrence kind of agrees with what. Yeah. So yeah. 5.5. I mean, and like I said, through all of that, he still could have kept a clean sheet, and that definitely wasn't. Oh no, actually, no. Luke does blame him for that. Actually, gave nothing going forward. Played Cavani onside and let Rashford get the run. Okay, so maybe Luke. See, like I said, so maybe he played a part defensively for their goal. Kieran, do you remember his part in the goal?
Yeah, he was on the other side trying to cover. He had Rashford behind him. He was standing, he weren't quite in line as he should be.
Right.
But you got to remember, I mean, it's hard for me to blame him because they're coming at pace. You've got to go back to the initial mistake, and that was Bowen. Bowen made that mistake, and then it was just a rear guard action from there. So I find it hard to blame him. And if you're talking about keeping someone offside by your big toe,
yeah, it's fine margins.
It's not just that as well. Cavani didn't get the goal. It was Rashford who got the goal, and he's doing his job. He's sticking by his man as well. So if he'd have let that go, it'd have been more open than it was.
Okay, right. So let's go down to. There we go. Thomas Souček, Kieran. I will remove your 6.
Oh, Souček. Yeah, mate. Industrious. People, the thing I've got with Souček is, people's had we got him that cheap. Yet again, I think we got what we paid for. Souček, going forward, bumming into it, he's such a danger. He's such a battler, and he never stops. All right, never stops. He really does put the effort in. But technically on the floor, he's poor. His passing is poor. His control sometimes is poor. And that's the difference between a really good sort of a box-to-box midfielder and not. I think he's a good player, a very good player. I think he had a reasonably decent game yesterday, but sometimes his passing just it stifled us because he was passing it. He passed it straight at one. He was passing it, making it hard for people to receive the ball. Didn't mean he had a bad game, and I will say this about all the players in that team yesterday. I ain't knocking anyone's effort. Everyone's effort was there from every player. The effort really was there from them all. I'm not knocking anyone's effort. It's just that their ability on the ball sometimes, and technically, I think Souček gets found out. But I thought he was good. He was unlucky with the header, mate. It's the only time he really looked like scoring. With that header, just a tad more on it. That's in the corner. I was ashamed it. Even if Antonio had been anticipating it and running into the back post, there could have been a tap-in. So, but I think he had a reasonable game, mate. But I do worry about him sometimes. when he gets pressured, mate, he looks uncomfortable with the ball. When it's at his feet. So, yeah, I'm going to give him a 7.
7 for Souček. Just before Cams goes, that's one thing that stood out for me today is that all of the players looked like they was, given 100% in regards to effort. And, I came upstairs from in the kitchen, literally with the iPad to, the last injury time, put it on the bed. I was thinking, right, let me get back to it, and they fucking scored. But yeah, from what I saw, I was going to come on here. I already had it in my head that I might say something along the lines of that work rate and that commitment was due to how bad we were against Leeds. So I'm not going to change that opinion because we lost. Because I from what I saw, we was definitely working very, very hard for the team. Cams, what about you for Souček?
Nice to see him back again. Same as Zuma, I'll be honest with you. I feel like we have missed him in that defensive area because he'd done his duties defensively today. I can't say he hasn't.
Yep.
Carrying the ball, like Kieran said, he's not the greatest, is he? Let's be honest. He just needs to release it a bit sooner. Some of the passes just weren't amazing, let's be honest. But he played some good balls at the Soufal and Bowen, and he stuck a bit wide himself, which is weird to see. You don't often see Souček running down the wing. Yeah. He won us a couple of throw-ins as well, which I suppose it ain't too bad. At least we kept possession. But not his best game at all. I'll have to give him a 7. I'll go with Kieran again.
You give him a 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Right. What I would say,
defensively, he was very good. He was very good.
Yeah.
It was just in our transition, I think he sort of let it down and let himself down a little bit here and there.
Right. What I would say, and then we will get to the comments. In his defence, right? He is a defensive midfielder. That means you should be able to break up the play. You should be able to win tackles. He does a fantastic job for us in both boxes. So I know that his passing is not the best, but that is not. He should be able to give it to some of the playmakers. They should come and get the ball off him, and then they take over. So he has got his limitations, but I just think that when you people say, look, a goalkeeper, what's his job? It's not about kicking the ball, it's about fucking saving it, right? That's predominantly, first and foremost. So I think as a defensive midfielder, he's got a lot of qualities. And, last season he was scoring a lot of goals as well, which is, an added bonus. And, yeah, so...
As well, I forgot about that from the corner. He got his head onto that and it just went wide. No one could get on the end of it. I think it was Zuma. Zuma was kicking himself. He wanted it, but no one was on the end of it.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. You're right. Look, my point is with Souček is that's why he might be a 30 million player and not a 60 million pound player.
Yeah.
That's the difference. He is what he is. He didn't cost us. What did it cost us? 20 mil.
25.
That's what he is.
25.
25 mil. That's what he is. And he's probably worth 30 million now, but he's not a 60 million pound player because of them limitations. But defensively, him and Zuma made all the difference this week. All the difference to us defensively. He was a part of that. Yeah. So yeah, you're right. He is. He does that defensive side of his job well. I think it's good. Even though he was playing centre forward when Bowen lost that ball.
Yeah.
I don't think we'd have held on as well as we did without him and Zuma in the team today. I'll be honest with you. I think we would have really struggled without them today, and it could have been a lot more than just one late winner.
Yeah.
Right. So Luke says Souček. Okay. Right. Here we go. Frankie Boy says onside by a bell end. Luke says, was he playing Souček? So from Lawrence. He gave him a 6. 1 second. Harmony, thank you for joining. And yeah, sorry for Leeds' loss as well. Right, from being incredibly happy and euphoria to booking myself a month in a priority clinic for rest and intensive therapy. The Leeds United effect. My psych says supporting Leeds is a form of self.
Yeah. We've had it with them for many years.
That's right. Exactly. You were robbed today, peeps. All right, Jason, on that subject, simple question, yeah? If it was the other way round, 95th minute, Old Trafford, and we scored a goal, do you think, 1, it would be ruled out, or 2, it would be, the tooth combs would be even finer when they look at it? I I think that, yeah, I'm not sure that they would just, yeah. What about you, Kieran?
What, I don't want to go into this conspiracy theory, but what amazes me is that when I watched it here, I'm presuming I'm seeing the same pictures as you. I thought he was offside, right? You know,
I
like,
did.
shit, this is going to take minutes.
Yeah.
No. And it's
Exactly.
got to be on the screen and they're going to show, like, there was nothing. There was just
Right.
a guy up said, yeah, rep, that's onside. Nothing.
Nah,
Antonio,
that's what I'm
we've
saying.
had
Before
VARs,
Cavani even
right?
touched the ball, I was screaming offside.
Remember, we've had VARs, like when Antonio scored, when they were looking to see if the ball went out, they were looking to see if there was an offside, They were looking to see whether he hit it with his hand, they're looking for everything to not to
Exactly.
give the goal.
That's what I'm saying.
But
This is what I'm saying.
they were just like, bang, yeah, that's all right. Now, whether it was or not, now the line I saw this morning, it says he's onside. Why are they so quick to give it? I just
Exactly.
And I don't, if you really want to think it's all bent, I think you can draw them lines any way you fucking want.
Of course you can.
You can leave, right? See when that ball leaves that boy's foot,
Mm.
then you could leave it by half a second either way, I believe, right?
Yeah, you
And
can.
make that, and there's a difference of being onside and offside. If it suits you, if you are a Man United fan in the VAR, you can do that, and you can make him onside.
Yeah.
So I don't trust it. I do trust VAR. I don't trust the people running it.
Mm.
But I'm just amazed. Like I said, we've waited for minutes and minutes for some of that goals to be awarded because they're looking for everything. They're looking for nothing. And just
Right.
Who was the VAR official? Does anyone know? It was John Moss. We had on the pitch,
Alex
wasn't it?
Ferguson, Sir Alex. So, like I said, even Reece was on Western Random saying, "Oh, look, his hand's offside." Obviously, if it's his hand, he can't be. But for me, it looked like maybe some of his upper body might be offside. And when it went in, I'm like, "Fuck's sake!" And then I thought, "All right, let's see how long." I'm thinking, "No, VAR," and it was like, I'm thinking they're kicked off again. I'm like, "Oh my god!" There was no inquest, and that's my issue.
Kick-off. That's all I heard. Check complete after the kick-off, and I was
That was a
thinking,
joke.
What? Are you having a laugh?
Right, sorry. So James Bond gave.
I suppose that's how it should work, shouldn't it? It should be.
Yeah, it should do. Yeah. But
it isn't. When we ever go to one, it takes fucking forever, and you're on the edge of your seat. They're trying to find something not to give it.
That's what I'm trying to say, and I believe that. Right, James Bond gave Suchet a 7. Harmony. No, James is laughing at Harmony. Luke says Suchet can't pass wind. 1 second. Harmony, boom, disabled team. Hi, Harmony. 7. Kept shape and defend well. That's from Frankie Boy. Disabled team, I'm not happy. Hello, Harmony. Luke says VAR was Tierney. Yeah, what's his first name again? Tierney. I take it you're not happy with our result, Harmony. Right, so let's move on. Sorry.
It was what's his Kieran Tierney from Arsenal.
Right, let's go to his partner in crime, and that is Declan Rice. Kieran, let me remove your score.
I'll get fed up with marking him. It's always the fucking same, mate. I tell you that now, right? This isn't what West Ham glasses on. This is watching a player. In that first half of that game, he was fucking magnificent. And I mean, he was brilliant. I'd love to know the stats in that first half. The amount of times he intercepted the ball, took it off a player's toes, beat a player to the ball, cut out through balls. He was everywhere, mate. And he was playing his role, which his role is defensive midfielder. And when he does just play that role, he's the best at it. He really is. I mean, he's up there now, getting up there with Kante and who's the other boy?
Ndidi?
Anyway, Ndidi, yeah. I think he's past Ndidi now. Kante, he might be past Kante now, but Kante in his prime, I'm thinking of, maybe not yet. But I think as a defensive midfielder, that first half was I loved it when he nicked it off fucking Ronaldo as well. Just took it off. Just wrapped his leg round as his kick. I'm having that stuff. Brilliant little That's a nice little thing for a highlight, isn't it? To take the piss out of another. But I thought he was magnificent. And I think his role was more defensive today. He still took the ball up here and there. He got to pushes up the pitch as well. He still done that. He still had one little burst into the box where he got a shot off, but it was blocked. Oh, man, I thought he was absolutely magnificent today. Absolute great performance. And if ever you want to stick yourself in the shop window, for someone who's just looking at him, that was it. That was a performance as good as anyone. One of the reasons we did have no shots on target. He was a massive part of that with Zuma and Snowcheck and Dawson, but he stopped so much coming through that middle. So much. I think that's one of the best first halves he's ever had for West Ham. And he done well in the second half too, but the first half especially. Man, I'll stick him next to Zuma with a 9. Maybe a 9.5. I'm going to give him a 9. I've never given a 9.5. I'm going to give him a 9.5 for that. It was
before you go again, Cam. So yeah, when I was watching it, I was saying like, just you show Man United, why they need you. Yeah, like because he was brushing off McTominay and just showing like every quality he has that is higher or a more of a upper level than McTominay. So yeah, like you said, if he is trying to, or if you were to put yourself in a shop window, especially for a club like that wants to sign you, he showed them why. And all the people that carried or the purse strings or in control of the purse strings, he showed them today why they need him. And you understand, like, and yeah, I think he was phenomenal today as well. So yeah, Cams, what about you for Declan Rice?
He ran the show today, didn't he, Dec? I thought he was amazing. Like Kieran said, the first half has to be one of the best performances he's actually given this season. Just from the first half, it was incredible. He dropped into the back line a lot. He was really helping the defence out. And like Kieran said, he's a defensive midfielder. That's his job. And he dropped into that back line and he sort of filled the back three a bit. Lanzini dropped a bit as well, I noticed that. So, like I said, very well organised today. Kept everyone organised, well captained again. Sticking Ronaldo on his ass as well, one of the highlights, has to be. And they didn't see him going forward as much today, which is a bit of a shame because you sort of like to see him drive forward a bit. But like I wouldn't say that's a problem really. It's just you like to see him have a go, don't you? I'll give him an 8 today. I feel bad because Kieran's gives such a high score as well, but I'll give him an 8 today. I thought he had a really good game.
Okay, right, let's go to the chat because I know it was Luke, I think, who didn't. No, it wasn't Luke. It was they're not even here. Who was it? Remember they weren't rating Rice for today. One sec. They've gone. Who was it, Kieran? Let me go up to the top of the chat. It was no, it weren't Luke. It was oh man. One sec. It was Stu MC. Did you just say Stu? Kieran? Or did you say Luke? Yes, Stu MC. Remember at the start he was saying like I think Rice don't get called out on all these mistakes and that. I'm sure it was him.
Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah. I don't think there was that many mistakes.
But he's not here now though, Stu MC. Because right, here we go. Let me go. Right, Frankie, is this for? Oh no, we've gone past that one. Sorry. One sec. Oh, here we go. James Bong. Right, here we go. Danny Jackson, thank you for joining. Evening, everyone. I'd give Sucha a 7. Right, let's catch up. How you doing? Right, Lula, if it's just, still, right, Peach, I'm still vexed. Thank you for joining. YOY. Lawrence says 9 as normal for Rice. Hi, brother Peach. Hope you are apart from the result that is. Let me just get through this. Right, here we go.
Yeah, I am being over generous with the 9.5. I was just so impressed by that first half.
It was a good first half.
Your opinion, and you're not one to give out. You can change it, but that's
why I felt bad for giving him an 8. You give him such a high score, but it's not like you though.
Right, Luke gave him an 8. Our boys were robbed. Yes, Peach. One sec, I need to catch up. Right, Harmony says not much of a result. Okay, yes, Lowell. Right, here we go. Danny Jackson says Rice definitely played better today than he has been. He got an 8. James Bong says Rice 8.5, just ahead of Dawson and Zuma. One sec. Frankie Boy said, man, Rob Ronaldo like a 1989 Brooklyn stick-up kid. He gets a 9. See? These are... Right, here we go. Just watching Leeds on Match of the Day. Dan James is hilariously bad. See, there's always a, you know, something worse going on. And yeah, they've got Dan James. If you mean James, he's terrible. Frankie Boy, just to get a rep things. Oh, for the stick-up kids. One sec. Where we at? If you mean James, he's terrible. Man snatched... Oh, here we go. That's funny. Man snatched Ronaldo's chain. Wagwan. Stuart, I'm still hurting. Big up yourself, my brother Titch. Big up yourself, Peach. And obviously West Ham Random. Everybody in here is already subscribed to them. We know this. Yeah, hit the like button as well, please, people. Let me just say before we move on, Kieran's one from each team is coming out soon, and for the first time, we're gonna do it as a live premiere so that you lot can interact in the comments as it goes up. Previously, and I wasn't too familiar with StreamYard, I was editing and uploading, and you don't really get that many comments. This way now, we should get live comments as Kieran picks his players and all that. So I'm gonna speak with Kieran once it's done and find out what time would suit him best, and then we will upload. He's one from each team. Yeah, it's gonna be the most work I would say has gone into it for the visuals and stuff like that. So yeah, that will be coming out soon, and then hopefully it'll encourage some of you lot in the chat to say, you know what, I want to do that. But a lot of work goes into that. It's a proper production, and I'm glad actually, because at the minute on StreamYard it's more about graphics and there's no editing from me. I'm just graphic design, but at least there I can get back to editing, which is that's my forte. Right, smash that like button. Thank you, Lawrence. Disabled team, but yeah, one from each team. Kieran's one. Fire. Right, let's go to one sec. Okay, we'll go to him first. Hold on. We will go to Mr. Hammerette, Kieran. Let me remove Harmony's comment. Yeah, Mr. Hammerette, Manuel Lanzini.
Yeah, no, the big thing I noticed of him was his work rate. I'm not faulting his work rate because it was there. He was running around. He just, I think he lost the ball a lot tonight. His passing weren't as accurate. I think that's a lot to do with Lanzini. I don't think you see the best of Lanzini when we get so deep and defensive. He's just running and trying to put boots in, and he doesn't. His game is when we're the attacking side. That's when he comes into his own. And he didn't have a lot of that today. He was trying, but they were quick. I'll give them that, Man United. I've seen them lately being so lethargic and not closing the ball down, and they've been terrible at it. But this Rangnick has got them. Their work rate is up, and every time we seem to get that ball in the midfield, they were shutting. They were bad players around coming at you. So he didn't have a lot of time to make his decisions for his pass. He was rushed. It weren't that great. I don't think it was a particularly good performance from him. It's a shame, but I don't think this game sort of suited him. So I'll give him a 6.
6. Let me get that. And thank you for that comment, Lawrence. Let me put this here. 6. Sorry. 6. Here we go. 6 out of 10. Not bad. And like I said, he worked hard. Cams, what about you for Mr. Hammerette?
He fell on his arse, didn't he, in the first 5 minutes? I couldn't help but laugh. I won't lie to you. There were some nice little link-ups of him and Pablito. That was nice to see as well. And like Kieran said, again, the work rate's there. Just in them sort of games, them more physical games, he's not really the best player, is he? Let's be honest. He doesn't thrive as much as he does against the less physical teams.
Yep.
He could have had a few chances himself. He decided to play along, which I wouldn't say were bad decisions. Really, they could have led to anything. I'll give him a 6. 6 out of 10.
6 as well, yeah. All right. And before we get to the comments, because on here I can see there's only 3. Cams will be going live for the first time next Friday, 6 p.m. you know, we spoke on the phone. He's like, oh, we was trying to think of a name, and you know, within a minute, I was like, oh, Cam's Corner, and he said, yeah, I like that. Then, you know, Budgie, I didn't realise that Budgie had named a show only like 10 days ago, Kieran's Corner. So me and Budgie spoke. Budgie's like, nah, it's fine, but you lot know me already. It's like, nah, like, you know, I don't want anybody, oh, guess what? And yeah, so anyway, we've come up with a new name. So the new name is Discussions instead of Discussions. Discussions with Cam. So Discussions is the name of the show. Like I said, I did like Cam's Corner, but nah, like, I'm not going to do that. And, you know, yeah, it don't matter. So yeah, Discussions. Right, so let's go to the comments. So yeah, that's Friday, 6 p.m. Now I won't even be in the live because I'll be at football and that. But I'm hoping you lot will, you know, tune in and support Cam and, you know, just chit chat basically, maybe like what's going on and blah blah blah. And it's all about getting everybody involved. So I'll have to watch it back after. Right, here we go. Lawrence say 4.5 bad for Lanzini. Disabled Team said, unfortunately I didn't watch it live. I've seen the highlights, but it's not the same. I'm going to watch the whole game before doing a review. Oh, that's for the Leeds game. Okay. 6. Kieran giving out Christmas. Yeah. No, you gave us. Kieran gave us 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Kieran
he
gave.
said. He said he's being generous.
Must be talking about what's his name?
Rice. Yeah, it must be.
Yeah, I was being generous, but he did impress me. Yeah, it did impress me. It really impressed me.
No, he did.
It was a good first half. It was a really good first half. I can't knock it.
Right, Luke Legend. Lanzini 4. Bullied and outclassed and gave the ball away when Bowen was free. Then they scored. Thought should have replaced by Crow on the 70th minute. Crow, the myth that is Alex Crow. Agreed. Luke Legend. Disabled Team. I look forward to your new show, brother Cam. Yep. So yeah. Oh, sorry, you lot. I know I keep talking, but it's not going to be a regular segment as in every Friday. It's just, you know, working around his schedule and whatnot. So, but when he does come on by himself, it will be discussions. Yeah. So that's, you know, if and or when he, you know, when he's free and he wants to come on, that will be his thing. But it won't be every Friday at 6 p.m. It'll be, you know, different times. But we will schedule it ahead of time, so you know. Right, James Bond. Too much energy loss for Mr. Hammerette. He gave him a 6. Frankie Boy, for Hammerette, she's not here. So I give my man a 5. Harmony says, that will be a waste of your life. You could beat yourself over the head for 2 hours instead. A lot less painful. Yeah, don't watch it. Disabled Team. Oh, but he needs to for his player ratings. 6 for Lanzini from Danny Jackson. And Kraus, Luke says, Crow is check for invisible. I can't agree with that. That's a whole nother video, I think. Just seen the Saints goal. Wow, absolute belter. And his uncle is going to be doing the next one from each team. So yeah, Kyle Walker-Peters, his uncle Phil Walker will be doing the next one for each team. And, you know, he wanted to do it on the same day as Kieran, and I'm not about status and, you know, oh no, I said no, I got my boy Kieran lined up. You're gonna have to wait till next week. So yeah, damn right. So yeah, so he'll be on next week. I don't know when it'll go out, obviously. Cam on camera. Yeah, we was thinking of that, but yeah, I think discussions. Right, so that's every player in it. Right, let's go to brand. Let's go to Pablito Fornals. Kieran, let me remove that.
Man. I think there was a good argument to have. This is Moyes again. I think there was a good argument to drag him after about an hour. He wasn't offering a lot at all. Not again. His work rate, he was trying, but he was different on the ball. He slowed the play down. He was checking back, passing it back. He had a couple of opportunities there where he could have gone on and took a shot, and he just, I think he was overthinking it. I don't think he had a particularly good game. I think he should have maybe tried Vlasic, but whether that would have been any better, we'll never know. But yeah, I don't think he's been particularly good. I was surprised he actually started. I sort of thought he would, but if he didn't, he isn't producing the form. We're seeing glimpses of it and not enough. I thought it was an average game from him. Like for his work rate, but I'll stick with him as a 5. Don't think he offered much going forward.
Lawrence, you got into Kieran's head now. He's gone back to being a me.
Well, I thought he was worse. Yeah. I thought he was worse than Lanzini, so Lanzini got a 6. So.
All right, Cams, what about you for 4 nows?
First half, he definitely moved the ball around pretty well. I'll be honest with you. Nice link up with Lanzini and Cress. Like I said, there was some lovely football in that first half. I feel like that was our chance to go ahead. Before that, just too slow. Certain decision making just doesn't come quick enough. And he could have had a shot himself, but again he hesitated and he's played it back. And then we've ended up playing all the way back to the halfway line, switching it across, and then that didn't work out because we lost the ball anyway. But like he could have got a goal if he had that shot, but he hesitated again, just a bit slow. I'll give him a 5 out of 10. But like I said, first half he moved the ball around pretty well. I will give him that.
Okay. Right, so let's go to. All right, 4 nows. See my comments for the Lanzini. Just copying most of that. It's funny. Yes, Islo, proper legend. Yes, Islo, proper. Oh, Luke. 4 nows is not a winger. Can Moyes stop dumping him on the left? Yeah, sometimes you do a disservice to these players.
This was the one time I was actually kind of asking for Masuaku to come on. This is the one time I was actually kind of wanting him just for that bit of pace up the wing as well.
Oh, this one. Cam won't. I think this will go over Cam's head. Whenever you say Cam, I say dipset, dipset, dipset. Cam, you don't know what that means, do you?
Not a clue.
So, dipset is Cameron. Oh shit, Cameron. Oh my days. Oh, don't correct me. Jim Jones, Cameron, Jim Jones, and not Jadakiss. He's not Dipset. Who's the other one? Oh, the one from Love and Hip Hop is he got kidnapped in this country. Shit. Anyway, yeah, that's what he's saying. So yeah, Killer Cam, and he played Alpo Martinez in Paid in Full. Kieran, do you know Alpo Martinez, or do you know who I'm talking about?
No, not a clue.
Oh, he's from Harlem, but like a real grimy person that, he didn't really have no morals, and in the drug game, but he was more flashy, like a Harlem person. He was all flashy and done some dirty stuff, and killed a lot of people, and then he snitched, went jail, came out in witness protection, then he went back to Harlem. After all of that and all the dirt and all the snitching, and then recently in the last 2 months he got killed. Yeah, so he's one of the ones that, he just couldn't stay out of the spotlight basically. So he's gone back, even though he's witness protection, he's gone back and he ended up, so Alpo Martinez. But yeah, there was a film based off of that, Paid in Full, and Cameron, who was a rapper from Harlem, he played Alpo Martin and done a good job actually. So yeah, that's who it is. Right, Jules Santana, that's the third one. Jules Santana's the third one. Right, here we go. 5, missed too many opportunities and should have had a shot a couple of times and wasted time. So once again, Lawrence agrees with you, Kieran. Big up Hammerhead in the house. Evening guys, I didn't watch the game so I can't rate or comment, but I see the goal and we was robbed. That's all I have to say on that matter. Big 6 biased once again and we were robbed. Yeah, we have discussed that, and whether it's on or off, the inquiry wasn't long enough. So that does look biased to me. Yes, Gaza. If I can watch Cam show, I will cook a pan of scouse and do an eater.
You know what scouse is? Yeah, it's basically just stew. It's basically just stew, literally, but we call it scouse for some reason.
Bro can't see, so I'm a 5 from Frankie Boy. Hammerhead says, sick and tired of it. The whole league needs an independent review and investigation into fixing and payoffs because these decisions aren't going right. Something bigger is going. That's what Kieran said. Like, yeah, is that there today kind of didn't look good. How quick that they came to that decision. Hammerhead. Whenever you say Cam, I say belt. Does that make any sense to you, Cam?
Not a clue.
Oh God, Cam belt. That's in your car, the Cam belt. Bro, can't see. I'm gonna say 4 nails 5. Jules Santana. Yeah. So Alpo. So he knows. Frankie will know all these people, and you know even more than I do.
When you say Jules, are we talking about the Santana?
Nah, Jules Santana is he's part of that Dipset, and they came over here. Oh, so basically, let me tell you about Cameron. Yeah, so it's funny because Alpo was a grimy type of person, and Cameron booked. He was over here to do a show in London, and he got his money off the promoter and all that. Then he just didn't turn up. So then the next time they came back to the UK, Jules Santana came, and the London guys, I think Brixton and whatnot, they kidnapped him. They wouldn't let him go. They had him in a club. They had him on camera, like saying, stuff like, they had him because of Cameron. And Cameron played Alpo in the movie. So little similarities there where they said to them, listen, you can't do that. Yeah, so he took the money for the show, but didn't turn up for the show. Yeah. So a few years later, they got, Jules Santana, another one. They got them.
Brixton boys running it.
Yeah, it was Brixton boys that I think old school ones as well. So they got him. It was very uncomfortable viewing. Like they had him in the club on camera, grabbing him up. Yeah, like it's funny. I'm going to upset the chat, but from what I've seen since he was onside, sucks. But whinging makes us look like Spurs fans. You know what, Lou? I just said I'm not sure whether it's on or off. It's just the inquiry just went too quick for me. That's my issue.
In fairness as well, they had a couple of penalty shouts which could have easily gone their way, if you know what I mean. So I'm not saying they were pens, but they could have gone their way, considering how that looks.
I don't think we didn't lose this game because of that. We lost it because we weren't good enough today.
We were awful today. Awful.
In certain parts of the park, we weren't good enough. We tried to get a fucking draw. We tried to get a 0-0 draw, or maybe pinch it. And this is why we're not a top 4 club. You can see it. We're not good enough. Technically, we're not good enough. And any other team would have seen that game out for at least that 0-0. But we didn't.
Yep. But Danny gave 4 nails a 5.5. James Bond gave the Fornicator a 7 out of 10. Disabled Team says, sorry, brothers, I was lost agent. Yeah, you would have been. Sorry. We were just talking about... That was Frankie's fault. He got onto Dipset and... It was like Frankie. Harlem always taking L's. Coming from Brooklyn. Are you the Bronx? No, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan. Are you? No, you're Brooklyn. You're not the Bronx.
No, it's not Brooklyn.
No. Yeah. Right. So, sorry. Let's go on to... Where is he? I just saw his name. Hold on. Kieran. Jared Bowen.
He done all right. He battled hard. He was trying. He's trying to dribble into the box. Like again, a heavy touch here and there. I think he made Maguire look good a couple of times because him and Antonio just overplayed the ball and the boy just takes it off him. Again, like I was really critical of him last week, for not heading that goal that cost us a point. And lo and behold, him miscontrolling that ball today, it's the initial mistake, cost us another point. But if I overlook that, he had a reasonable game, mate. He was pretty solid. He was shining. His effort was there. You could see it. He done pretty well. Tried his heart out. Did he do anything special? No. But we spent most of that time trying to contain them rather than attack them. So some of the passes he received were poor to him. But his effort was, you can't knock it. So, did he do anything special? No, he didn't. He had one shot that he put past the post. I'll give him a 7.
7, yeah. Okay. Killer Cams.
First 20 minutes or so, he looked good, Bowen. Looked really good. Going forward, anyway. I think Man U and mostly Tellez have been doing their homework on Bowen because they done well to stop him from doing much today. That touch was awful. That resulted into their goal. The way we lost the ball, it was just an awful touch from Bowen, and he lost it, which is unfortunate. But it happens. He made one mistake, and it ends up being a goal. It happens to the best of us. Like I said, it didn't really do much today. I think he was just well looked after by Maguire and Tellez. They've definitely done their own work on him, seeing that he's in form at the minute, which is fair play. And the work rate was there as well. Proper work the socks off. I'll give him a 6 out of 10.
6 from Cams. Okay. Right, let's go to the chat. And 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Alright, here we go. Luke says, I thought the ref was good. He didn't take any of Ronaldo or Fernandez nonsense, and they were in his ear for the whole 90 minutes. Yeah, and sometimes it's good to acknowledge when the referee does have a good game, because we're quick to, and that's in defeat as well, Luke. So yeah, that's good to acknowledge that. Just see a picture of the offside, and Cavani's a good yard off. So Varis yard, 7 for my man Bowen. He can't do everything by himself. What do you say, Kieran?
I just like it depends what picture you want to look at, doesn't it?
Yeah. Can't do everything by himself. Pinaldo needs to fuck off. Bowen 6 from Luke Legend. Tried hard, but playing up top with Antonio must be near impossible. 1 second. Time to boycott the Premier League. Yeah, let's start our own league.
Yeah.
Without the top.
They tried that last year, didn't they? 6 of them.
Yeah, without them. Let's just create our own one without them. Yeah, we'll have a fair. Right, Danny Jackson.
Tottenham went from Super League to Bottling Conference League. I thought that were
exactly
hilarious.
Cheeky. Yeah, and Arsenal in no league. Yeah, I think 7 is fair for Bowen. That's from Danny Jackson. Hammerhead says yes. Peach, big up to my brother from another mother. I think that's the bottom comment. Yes, it is. Okay, right. So. The last player that started, right? I would say, like I said, from what I saw, and I'm assuming people. Antonio to me looked like he was working hard and doing some decent stuff, man. But like I said, I didn't watch it fully, but I thought that especially if it finished 0-0, I thought Antonio would have got some decent ratings. But when I went to West Ham Random straight after. Some people was getting at him, but from what I saw, I thought he done well. So, Kieran, Antonio for you.
Yeah, same again. Not knocking his effort, right? Because it was there, but very, very ineffective. It was just very, very ineffective. Doesn't matter what ball he's done right at time again. He had one where he ended up turning around and being one-on-one against Maguire. Another heavy touch. Maguire takes it away from him, mate. We really made Maguire look good today. And he's been shaky for a while.
Yeah.
But we didn't test him enough. To me, he should have been knocking that ball past him and taking him on for his pace. No, he's technically on his feet, he's always not that good enough. So, and again, this is a game that we are minimal attacking threat. He ain't going to see the ball that much. But no, he weren't great.
No.
His effort gets him out of trouble a lot. He was trying. He done a few good bits, but to nothing. It's really hard to mark him, mate, because you love his effort and you like him. But here we go again, mate. We've got him up front. He's got no one to bring on to help him. He's got no one to replace him. This goes back to Moyes. And when he's like that, I think he needs help. He's stranded there on his own. And today, it won't help him with Fornals and Lanzini, but not being anywhere near him. To see, they just weren't there. So, can I blame that all on him? No. But he never looked like scoring a goal. I don't think he had a shot. I don't think he had a header. I don't think he had anything. So, I'll give him a 5.5.
5.5, yeah? Bananas. Yeah. Alright, what about you, Cams? For Antonio?
The disappointed today. I'm really disappointed with Antonio today. Like Kieran said again, the work rate were there. He did work his socks off, to be fair, and he did run a lot. But too slow for me. Again, he got outpaced everywhere. He got outpaced by Harry Maguire. That was sort of hard to watch, I won't be honest with you. He wasn't winning any of his one-on-ones. He just looked a bit confused at times and a bit lost. And last week, David Moyes says that he's obviously tired, obviously, with how close the games were together, having 3 games in a week. Yeah. There's none of that this week, and I think his performance last week was better than today. So there's none of that, really. His first touch were awful everywhere. I thought he proper struggles to keep the ball under control, which you shouldn't feel like that with a number 9. I'll give him a 3 out of 10. He really frustrated me today, Antonio. He really frustrated me today. I was screaming. If John's still in the chat, he can probably confirm. I was screaming at Antonio today. He really wound me up.
3 out of 10 from Cams. Let's get to the chat. Right. I think I missed a few. Right, so Frankie said Bowen a 7, which I did put on the screen. Lee says, how are you? I think that's in the chat and probably to you two as well. So Kieran and
Lee, how are you, brother?
Hey up.
No, James Bond, sorry. How many? Having been a lifelong Hammers fan, I can recommend several therapy clinics globally. The best was on the Pacific Ocean, which kind of soothing the static.
What do you think?
FR for real, or was that? Yeah, exactly. Luke Legend. I thought it was peak Antonio today. Looked like his boots were made of concrete. Frankie says Antonio, no comment. Lawrence, Antonio the striker.
Clown feet and he stumbles everywhere when he runs.
Antonio the striker could not control the ball. We got a 5, so same as Kieran. I don't know what's going on with these two today. Omissions, the shock treatment, and Antonio got a 6 from James Bong. Danny Jackson, I'm going to give Antonio a 5. It probably should be lower, but it's not his fault that he doesn't have the help. Oh, Kieran just say he needs help as well. Okay, right, so I think 1 minute. Hold on. One sec. So the last one, I think it should be, because we only made 1 sub. I was just double checking that. Right, so when did he come on? 70 minutes. Let me get him on the screen. 1 sub was, there he is. Wally's favourite player, who I think, from what I saw, made an impact and had a good game. Let me remove Danny's comment and Cam's rating, and then Kieran, what would you say for our only sub, which was Ryan Fredericks?
Yeah, Moyes could probably get a little stick for bringing him on, but you're in that position 0-0 tonight. If you look what they brought on, like Cavani, Rashford, and Martial, right? We brought on Frederick. Now this was like a stick or twist. And I think he half stuck and half twisted Moyes, right? So to me, if you were to just say, right, then let's just get this point after they bring on, they've got 4 forwards now with Ronaldo as well. 4 fucking forwards. To me, if you're completely sticking, he would have brought on Johnson. But I think he hedged his bet and brought on Fredericks, who did have the pace to back Bowen up, to get down the line, to get involved, and still give us half an attack on that side. And I thought he done all right, mate. I thought he done well. He looked lively, he looked quick. In a game that was hard. But if that's our only answer, that was our attack. That was Moyes' attacking option to bring Fredericks in, and that tells you where we are as a squad, right? That tells you where we are. That was our attacking-minded fucking bench, right? Let's get Fredericks, see if we can win a game from a cross and a header or whatever. And that's why at the end there, where we lost the goal, why Souček was bombing down the middle, Fredericks was backing up Bowen, and Bowen lost the ball. So Fredericks is out of position, Souček's out of position, because we were still half going to try and win it with 40 seconds to go, and we came unstuck. But when I keep going back to this top four bollocks. This is the difference, right? Every good side in the top four has a bench that can affect the game. We're struggling. We don't. We really don't. And they bring on 3 forwards, man. So, and the 3 forwards, bang, 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 gives them the goal and the 3 points. And this isn't all about not getting a draw today. We've gifted Man United 2 points at the end.
Yeah.
That hurts more. You know, a draw takes points away from them. That's half the victory, you know.
Yeah.
So, but Frederick, get back to him. I think he done all right, mate. I think maybe he should have come on earlier. The 2 foul was cool. If he was going to go with Frederick. So I'd give him a good solid 6.
6 out of 10. Cams?
He surprised me a bit, Frederick, to be fair to you. Yeah, getting forward more. He looked good driving forward as well. You forget how fast he is until you see him run. I was questioning him coming on when he first stepped onto the pitch. I wanted Johnson instead of Soufal, but at the time I was just happy Soufal was off the pitch because he was getting on my nerves a bit. Like I said, he looked good driving forward. Fredericks, like, he absolutely fast, and like Kieran said as well, down to the goal he was out of position because he was backing up Bowen until he took a bad touch and lost it. So everyone's trying to get back into position, and we just couldn't get into shape, and we ended up conceding. I wouldn't say that was Frederick's fault, though, to be fair to you. I think we were really unlucky. I'll give him a 7, considering the impact he made from when he came on. And he didn't really, like Kieran said, he should have come on longer, really. He should have had a bit more time.
Okay. You gave him a 7. Right, let's get to the chat. Obviously, this is the last player. And then I've just got one question to pose to you two and then everybody else regarding West Ham. Here we go. Antonio, I'm going to give Antonio. Boom. Right. Boom. As a Leeds fan, I think in a few years, I needed a few years in Rampton with a Broadmoor chaser. He's laughing. Right, Frankie agrees with Danny. 5. Kieran must have been listening to me because these are his best. These are his best comments in months.
Don't worry. It weren't listening to you, Lawrence. I'll tell you that now.
Lawrence says, "Smash the like button, hammers." Yes, please, Hammer Gang. On reflection, my 5-2 win bet was a tad on the extravagant side. Oh, James bet 5-2. Just a little. Right. The final thing that I want to just put out there, and before we end the show, is because of Zuma, Ogbonna, Creswell at the time, and I said, if the board or the people with the money, if they're serious about trying to, I never thought top 4, but maybe they should have been thinking top 4. If they were serious about any aspirations, I feel that when the transfer window opened, we should have had 1 or 2 players through the door straight away, right? We've got to this far and haven't signed anybody, right? So do they need to take some of the blame? And does that let everybody know that, we are fucking massive and all that? Well, maybe we're not, because, look, Newcastle signed Chris Wood, 25 mil from a direct rival, but we can't get Jesse Lingard through the door and he's got 6 months left for his contract. So are the owners or the new investors, are they to blame for the predicament? Are they partly to blame? And does that let us know as fans that their ambitions and ours as the fans don't match up? That's the final thing, Kieran, and everybody in the chat as well.
No, I'm not going to blame the owners there. I think it's too easy to blame them. I think we blame Moyes. Every interview I've said, he said it the other day. No, I've been backed by the board. I've got the money. I just can't find anyone I want.
See, I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
That's what he said. He said he's got all the backing in the world from the board, right? And that's his words. You've got to go, unless he's fucking lying, you've got to go by what he's saying. And today, he was asked again. Today, after the game, you must be busy day and night, Mr. Moyes, with this transfer. He said, yeah. He said, we always work day and night. He said, but I can't guarantee we'll have a couple of signings. He can't. I mean, everything he says is so negative about getting players in. Now, you're right. To me, we should have been ready to go at this transfer window. If the board's backing in, if they've got a certain amount of money for it, why haven't we got them in early? Because their 6 points just gone. They're gone.
Yep.
You know, them 6 points gone from Leeds and Man United. Where a couple of extra players in that team might have made the difference. It might have made us, we might have won one, drew one. We might have drawn both of them. It could have made all the difference. And we still haven't got a player through. So you can't just blame the board on it. Moyes is saying that he's being back. He hasn't. What's this Rob Newman doing? We brought in these scouting guys, one from Marseille and Newman from Man City. So now we're moving in the right direction. We're putting all the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle in place to be effective in windows. Yeah, we're 3 weeks in, 9 days to go, and Moyes is still saying, I can't guarantee if we're going to have anyone on. Fuck me, man. You're not giving us much hope here, I'll tell you that.
Nah,
whether it's
none
2
at
players
all.
come in or not. 2 players ain't enough, by the way.
No,
I'm
it's
telling
not.
you that now. Have a look at that bench. We had to rely on Fredericks to give us some kind of attack. We know Yarmolenko is never going to do any fucking good in his team. He's never going to do it. We got Masuaku, who you hope he has one of them brilliant moments, but that's hit and miss. Who are we going to put up front? Rely on a 20-year-old or 21-year-old who's never played Premier League football? Fuck me, man. It's embarrassing. And then when I get people talk to me about being a top four, fuck off, man. All you got to do is look at that bench to see where we are as a club. We are a mid-table club trying to get to 6th spot. And the reason we should have brought players in early, we're not chasing top 4. We're looking at, securing top 6. Villa are coming now. Villa are coming, right?
Yep.
This weekend, we could have Arsenal, Tottenham, Man United overtake us. And Villa
Man United, yeah. Exactly. With games in hand. Yeah.
How long are we going to let? We're going to lose another 3 points before we get players in? The 6 points gone now, where they were achievable. But we just don't have the squad. It's as simple as that. It's all logistics. It's logistics. It is. Right? Man United only won that game because of that bench. And that bench won them the game.
Exactly.
Yeah. But bad looks of it all from what I've seen. We're relying on people like Yarmolenko and Masuaku to come and, I'm surprised we didn't see them today, actually, to be fair to you. I wouldn't mind seeing Masuaku instead of Fornals today. I reckon he would have made some sort of impact just for where Fornals was lacking. So I'm quite surprised we didn't see either of them today. David Moyes says in the conference that the board are backing him 100%. They're saying, we'll give you what you need, go and find what you want. And so at the minute, it looks like we're just relying on him. Going back to Lingard quick, by the looks of it, Newcastle want Lingard. West Ham haven't made a move yet. That's how it looks so far. Obviously, no one knows the ins and outs, but that's how it looks. They're offering $6 million to cover all his wages for a 6-month loan. And obviously, with 6 months left on your contract, it's a bit silly, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There's only 2 key players I've seen who've been linked to. Who's that? Nat Phillips and that Ben Diaz. He was asked directly in the same press conference about Nat Phillips, and he didn't have an answer. He refused to answer, actually. So he's a very peculiar man, isn't he, Moisey? He likes to stay quiet. He doesn't like to talk about his business. So you've just got to wait and see. And I've got a feeling it's going to go right down to deadline day until we see a sign.
Yeah, but it's too late. That's too late. The predicament that with all the injuries and that, it's like, look, get to January, damage limitation, and get people through the door instantly. We haven't signed anyone, and like Kieran has said, the Leeds game, the Man United game, if you would have brought in the right signings, people that are ready to go, hit the ground running, Premier League players, proven, we could have won both of those games. And now it's too late. Whatever they do now is too late, because they should have been lined up. Just because the window opens in January the 1st, for instance, that doesn't mean you don't do your business before that, and then as soon as it hits midnight, boom, they're done. If you're serious. If you're not, then we're in this position here.
It's not just that. It's not like we're even giving all the kids a go. I mean, it was nice to see Ashby starting the other week, and Perkins got to run around the Leeds. But it's not like we're giving all the kids a go either. Our youth team are top of the Premier League too right now, and so it's not like they're not good enough, is it? So, but why aren't we letting them have a go?
I don't think they're good enough for the first team. Or I think Moyes would use them, and that Premier League 2 is it's many levels beneath the Premier League. So I just don't feel that, they might look good. I don't watch none of that stuff, but they might look good in that. But it's a massive difference. It's it was stronger when it was reserves. The reserve league was stronger than under 23s.
Was. And the lack of depth on that bench means we're basically flogging to death the same 12 players every week.
Yeah. It's not easy.
That's what we're doing. And then them to turn around and moan about fatigue. Fuck me, boys. How can you moan about fatigue?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Get the fucking players in, then you might be able to rotate better.
And you know what? I would have to say, in defence of the players, right? I know we've rated them and, we watch what we're watching at, but in this day and age, you should not be using the same team week in, week out. And we have been doing that. So sometimes you've got to, bear that in mind when you're watching these players. Sometimes they look terrible. They look jaded or disorientated or just lackluster because they're tired, man. And, that's not their fault. And they shouldn't be playing as much as they've been playing. Right, let's get through the comments. Peach says, hello, January transfer window. Hello, we're still here. Wally gives Fredericks 11. Agreed. Titch, I think that's about the transfer. Agreed. My G, I think this is about the transfer or lack of transfer activity. Frankie says, time to get the crowbar and pry that transfer window open. Out of 6 windows, Moyes bought in first. Oh, yeah. Out of 6 windows, Moyes bought in first. I think it means one striker, sorry. Which was agreed. Which was that he's giving him a trauma. That's why he won't sign no more strikers. Our owners have always bought players, in fairness. Some awful granted. What is this Newman chap doing? Same as what Kieran has said. I was just going to say something. I forgot, man. We as a top club need to pay more for good players are from top 16. They do not want us to improve. We should have had 2 signings in already. Yep, we should have done. Yes, Peach. Sorry, I'm going to try and get through these because we have run sort of over. Lingard is sitting out. I will come on a free with improved wages deal behind the scenes. Nah, he's going to go to Newcastle where they can match his Man United wages and some, and we can't. That's what he's all about the money. Kieran has had his show of the year, man of the match.
Thanks.
Oh, see, okay, right. So okay, real talk, geezer. Granted, it's on in 22 days. Boom, Peach Kieran. Right, so you lot, thanks for tuning in, and as always, once again, I'm going to shout out Kieran's one from each team will be coming in the next few days. Once me and Kieran establish what day would be best for it to go as a live stream so that everybody can get involved, it could be scheduled. Next Friday, 6 p.m, Cams will be going live with just a general show, which is discussions. Tuesday and Wednesday, as always, the game shows, Guess Who, Initial Thoughts, and then everything else after that will be scheduled, whether it's the prediction show, the player ratings, maybe a watch along. We ain't done one for a while, but yeah, all of that to come. Okay, we've got a few more. One sec. Danny Jackson, it's like as long as our squad is paper thin, Moyes had an excuse for being mediocre. Yep. The Rice post-match interview did not sound good. I didn't hear it. Oh god. 100% Cams. Fine then. If we have money and can't find players, then improve the training and can't have it both ways. Exactly. Do something. Like we ain't doing anything. Moyes looking for strikers like Stevie Wonder. Maybe Lingard come to us to tap at Rice. Did y'all think about that? Ooh.
Yeah. Could always happen, mate.
Agent Lingard. Haha, Frankie. Oh, sorry, my bad. And I actually forgot. Tuesdays, 11:30 p.m. Born in the USA, Heart in East London. How could I forget that? Because it's a new show.
Wally coming on. Wally Frederick.
Yeah. Just, you know what? That as well, you lot. So as you can see, we are busy over here. I refuse to release even on his blind. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. That was a great show, actually. I think Lawrence done. How would you rate... he said you was man of the match for this show. How would you rate Lawrence for his...
Yeah, he was shy.
No,
it's good. I actually... I sent Lawrence a comment on yesterday's thing when he was on saying, you've done a good show, mate. Come across really well. What was a good idea? I thought the bloody questions were hard, man. I thought that
Yeah.
was really easy.
Please never mind where to put my feet. After this season, lads, back to 15th, 10th. You know what? If we had, if we was at the start of the show, we could have, read all these properly. But yeah, we are going to wrap it up. But I'm going to just hammerhead anti-vaxxer. So, boom. Great show, my boys from Lawrence. If you can, just, don't forget to hit the like button and go in live on Random soon. I'll be tuned in. I've got so much stuff. I've got to get up early for football as well. I'll be tuned in, as always. Your sheep now, piss off. And Luke, I love you too, mate. Right, Kieran, final thoughts or whatever, then Cams, and then we will end this. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, another disappointing day, brother. Especially the way it ended. You know what it's like in the 90 fucking fourth minute. It was disappointing. Really disappointing. It would have been nice that 1 point would have been. I think we said that last week. If Bowen takes that chance with another point, it would, not that we deserved it last week, but defensively today, we probably earned a point. Offensively, we didn't deserve nothing. So we got close, but yet again, these clubs like Man United did at London Stadium, they come through in the end. We had a chance to draw that with the noble penalties. Remember, we didn't. They win. Lingard comes on, scores a late goal for them. They bring Rashford on here, he scores a late goal for them. This is what top 4 clubs do because they've got the bench to do it. We obviously haven't, and unless we address that, we'll be lucky to be in the top 6 by the end of the season. Don't want to finish on a downer, but we just got to carry on now. We've got for Newcastle, I think, coming up soon, mate. And I don't see why we shouldn't be looking at 6 points.
We just got to win Europa League. That's got to be the aim. Has to be. And I said that a long, long time ago. All in Europa. Cam's final thoughts, and then we'll say,
Frustrating game. Really frustrating game. I'll be honest with you. We weren't at our best today. There was no quality at all. You can't knock the work rate of the lads today because it was there 100%. We weren't good enough. I'd have been surprised if we picked up a point today. We weren't good enough at all. So fair play to the boys at the back. I thought they done incredible today. And on to the next one. Kidderminster next, I think, innit? So, game on.
That next game. All right, so I don't even know if I put the link. No, I didn't. I didn't put any links in. But, of course, I'm going to big up the disabled team. As always, Lee Statham, West Ham Random, Keith Nashi, and there's one more. Shit. Who's the other one? There's one more. Thailand Paul. Yeah, but there's another one. Oh, God. Thailand Paul. Oh, my days. Who's the other one?
Even I'm a bit lost.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sure there's one more. Anyway, you don't know. Yeah, the regulars. But yeah, West Ham Random, I think, is going live soon. And yeah, but that's it. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Thanks for Cams and Kieran as always. And we will see you lot in the next video. Oh, yeah, the next one. Tuesday. Guess who?
Yeah. Cheers,
Last
Cam.
thing to say.
Good luck next week, Cam, when you do it. You keep saying 6 p.m. mate. That's 4 o'clock in the morning for me. 4 in the morning, you having a laugh, aren't you?
Oh, dear.
Too early. You lot left me hanging. Yeah, see. Right, let's play this. Later, everyone.